Hi there YouTube and welcome to my channel. My name is Wesl3y, otherwise known as Wesl3y on Etoro. I am one of Etoro's most successful popular investors, and I wanted to create a video that gives you an idea of my background, how I became a popular investor in the first place, and my strategy on Etoro's platform. All right, let's get into it. So you already know my name. Uh, these are the headline numbers in terms of the things that describe my portfolio on Etoro's platform. So I manage over $27 million of my copiers' money. I have 15,000 copiers. You can think of copiers as participants in my mini fund. I have 135,000 people that follow my posts and trades, and my risk score is roughly 4 to 5. I would consider this a medium level of risk, maybe a slightly lower medium level of risk. I do want to make good returns, so I do take some risks, but these are obviously balanced. And you can see that this has meant that I have managed a 630% return over the last 5.5 years. Roughly speaking, in annualized terms, this means a 39% return per year. It might even be 40% by now. And so $100,000 invested with me for 10 years would turn into $2.6 million. And if you left that with me for another 10 years, then it would become $72 million. So a decent retirement pot in the end. In terms of my background, I have a Bachelor of Science with majors in computer science and applied mathematics. I am South African, and I'm British now too. I was born in South Africa. I lived there until 2008. I moved to London during the financial crisis. Definitely the worst time I could have moved to London, and been unable to find a job because there weren't any. I was broke almost immediately. In the intervening period, many things have happened to me, but one of those things is that I've built and sold the largest technology consulting business of its kind in 2015 to Accenture, and so that netted my partners and I a decent amount of money. I've advised executives in some of the world's largest companies, as well as some of the hottest startups in London. And this means that I know what successful businesses look like from the inside. And this gives me a bit of an edge in determining which companies are best suited for my portfolio. I love writing and giving talks. Anyone that has seen me on Etoro knows that I am prolific in terms of my writing. I've spoken at some of the world's largest technology events. I've also written a book on technology. I'm a published author, and I've won a number of international awards for my contributions to technology. I have also held a number of CTO roles, and I'm currently the CTO of a company called SalesTrip. In terms of my financial and trading journey, this chart is a little bit out of date. Actually, my returns are quite a lot higher now. I've been investing since 1999. I was 19 years old at the time. I burnt my fingers quite badly. Being a young person trying to get rich quickly, I lost everything that I put into the market, but I kept on coming back, taking the mistakes that I made and turning them into parts of the strategy that it took me roughly 10 years to develop. I joined Etoro in 2015, and within 2 years, I was the #1 most copied trader on the platform. As you can see from the chart on the right, something went wrong, and that something was I overused leverage. In 2018, Trump introduced incredible volatility to the market. Leveraging trades was a very bad idea at the time, as well as the crypto dump that happened towards the end of 2017. I'm currently the 4th most copied trader on Etoro, and I think I manage the 3rd largest amount of money. Outside of Etoro, I'm a property investor. I also have a crypto portfolio that I've had for, I think, a decade now, and I'm an angel investor in a number of small businesses. In terms of my trading and investment strategy, I break it into these 3 different categories. So my style is long short. I'm typically long on stocks, but I do go short now and again. The composition of my portfolio is usually what you see on screen, although at the moment it is shifting a little bit out of US stocks because of how expensive they've become. In terms of analysis, fundamentals are very important to me. Business due diligence is another factor that's incredibly important to me. Knowing your companies, knowing that they're good companies is essential. I also take into account macroeconomics and politics and changes in both of those things. And then there are the trends that shape our society, things that change the way that we do things, the things that the next generation are going to going to find incredibly important. And those things determine which companies are going to be the huge growth companies for the next decade or two. I also lean on technical analysis from time to time, but it's not a very large part of my strategy. And then there's my methodology, which is the way that I implement my strategy. So I'm predominantly a long-term investor. Many of my positions are many years old. I do make opportunistic shorter-term trades because I know my stocks well, I know the market well. You'll find a number of different position sizes, types, and durations in my portfolio. Some are short-lived. I can be in one company at the same and have long and short positions on that same company at the same time. Cash is a very important part of my strategy, and I have a separate video for that, which you can also watch. I almost never use leverage because I burnt my fingers, and it's just not a good idea. You can make good enough returns without it. And it also means that I can keep my fees super low because over a long enough period, even a small amount of fees can compound and eat massively into your profits. All right, so that's it. You now know a little bit about me and my strategy. If you want to get in touch, there are many channels that you can speak to me on. I would say jump onto my Discord server if you want to have a chat and also join the community I have there. I think I have maybe nearly 2,000 people that are part of my Discord server, and we discuss all kinds of ideas around stocks and cryptos and other kinds of tradable assets. All right, thank you very much for your attention, and I hope I speak to you soon.